Watch Lisa Bell weekdays on News 6 starting at 4 p.m. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now at 4 p.m.
Now at 4, families will be getting one final look inside Pulse nightclub 9 years after the shooting. We'll show you why. And the new technology helping to get results and keep your kids safe at school. You're watching News 6 at 4. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Emily McLeod. Before we get to those stories, WKMG is hitting the road again today, continuing to cover Oviedo. Now, if you're not familiar with our Hits the Road coverage, we dedicate a full day to getting results in communities across Central Florida and bringing you those stories from those areas. Most recently, we hit the road to Ormond Beach, and it was a fun one.
Yeah, but we're trying something different this time around. I was out in Oviedo yesterday bringing you a few stories, like where those infamous chickens go out there. And it has gotten a lot of talk on the internet, so we could highlight the area all week long.
And we sent News 6 anchor Lisa Bell to Oviedo today with even more topics to talk about.
All right, Lisa, do you have a little sneak peek on what we can expect today?
Just a sneak peek right now, but we have a whole lot coming up for you. I'm actually at the Oviedo Sports Complex, where I kind of feel like this is a second home for me. With a parent with kids and youth sports, chances are you've probably been to Oviedo before. I know I've been at this very complex many times. But yes, WKMG is hitting the road. We are covering all of the stories, the concerns, the hidden gems, everything you love about Oviedo and things that you want us to look into and get results. We love doing this month after month. It's our opportunity to see what makes this community so special, its charm, its history, and the ways that you at home can experience everything that Oviedo has to offer. As well, of course, as I mentioned, it's youth baseball powerhouse and some of the major league talent to come out of this community. There is a lot of talent that has come out of this community. I had the chance to sit down with a Major League Baseball star's dad. We're going to have that for you coming up. But first, we want to check in with meteorologist Julie Broughton, who is standing by. Julie, it is toasty out here this afternoon.
Yes, Lisa, I was going to say, I know that you are feeling the heat out there. Most of us are closing in on 90 degrees right now, and especially as we head through the next couple of hours, we'll also be tracking some showers and thunderstorms. Here's the radar for you right now, sweeping out, showing most of us are dry. See this little green line right here? That shows us where our sea breeze is, and we've been keeping an eye on our northern counties. I'll take you in a little bit closer up in Volusia County. As we go in a little bit closer, we have been seeing a smoke plume on the radar, but some of this is indeed rain. This cluster of thunderstorms approaching Port Orange and Ponce Inlet, that was producing a little bit of lightning earlier. And as we loop the radar for you over the last hour, you can see that general movement again is off toward the east. This cluster you see coming out of northern Lake County going into Volusia County, that's also rain. We may have a little bit of smoke mixed in with that because we are watching some brush fires in northern Volusia County. But as we head through the next hour to 2 hours, we'll start to see some of these storms intensifying, and we could see some gusty winds again. You're already seeing those clouds building and some rain moving into Daytona Beach. I'll time all this out for you hour by hour coming up.
All right, Julie, thank you. News 6 has learned the families of the 49 victims of the Pulse nightclub shooting will be taking a tour of the building for the first time since losing their loved ones nearly 9 years ago. A City of Orlando spokesperson confirmed to News 6 any families or survivors who want to see the inside of the Pulse nightclub, which has not been touched since the shooting, will have just one opportunity to see it, likely sometime in early June to coincide with the annual Pulse Remembrance Ceremony. The city says since the design for the permanent memorial doesn't include the club, it will have to be demolished. But the city said, quote, "This will be a private visit for the families and survivors who feel it is important for their mental health and continued healing to visit the interior of the building."
Well, today, people across parts of Central Florida counties are casting their ballots for who will represent them on Capitol Hill. This is really a national story today. Florida's U.S. House District 6 holding a special election. The seat was held by Rep. Mike Waltz since 2018. He resigned to take the job as President Trump's national security advisor. The two main candidates on the ballot to replace Waltz are former State Senator Randy Fine, who resigned his seat representing parts of Brevard County to run in this race, as well as Democrat Joshua Wheel. Now, the race has gained national attention, as I said, because of how close it's become. A Democrat hasn't held this office since 1989, but Weil has significantly out-fundraised and outspent Fine. He's also been publicly endorsed by Senator Bernie Sanders, while Fine has been endorsed by President Trump and received donations from Elon Musk. Part of the reason there's such a close eye on this race is the razor-thin margin in the U.S. Capitol. House Republicans hold a 5-seat lead right now, with 4 seats up for grabs in special elections, 2 of them right here in Florida. The others are vacant after representatives in Arizona and Texas passed away earlier this month. The Arizona district has never voted Republican in its 20-year history. The Texas one has voted blue every election since 1973. So the polls close in this race at 7. We're going to bring you the results on air. ClickOrlando.com and the News 6 app as soon as they come in. News 6's Mike Valenti will have coverage from polling locations ahead at 5.
A new weapons detection system called Evolve is going into Volusia County schools. The pilot program began today, making Volusia the first district in the state to use this system, which utilizes AI technology to screen for weapons. News 6's Molly Reed was at Atlantic High School in Port Orange to see how it's already getting results.
All right, Molly, thank you. We want to check back in with anchor Lisa Bell. She is hitting the road today in Oviedo.
Yep, it's part of our coverage, bringing you stories about that community from that community all week long. Hey, Lisa.
Hey guys, it is so nice to be out here in Oviedo. We're here at the Oviedo Sports Complex. I can hear someone doing some batting practice nearby. But Matt, as you know, last night we highlighted the Oviedo Farmers Market, another popular spot here in Oviedo. And if you're there on the first and third Saturday of the month, you probably want to check out the Lawton House. So when you take a step inside the Lawton House, it's like taking a step back in time. It is filled with antiques and artifacts from Oviedo's 100-year history, including household items from the city's notable families. So we're going to take a look inside coming up in the next hour as News 6 anchor and insider guide Crystal Moyer shows us. It's just one of the many things to do in Oviedo. So many cool spots to check out here in Oviedo. And Matt, I know you were broadcasting live from Oviedo on the Park yesterday. Yep. I didn't see you in one of those swan boats, though. What's that all about?
Wait, why didn't you get in?
I hate paddle boats. Have you ever been in one of those things? You have to pedal so hard to go 6 feet, as much as I wanted to be sweaty on TV, trying to avoid that, Lisa.
The worst thing, though, is when you're in one of those with someone else and they're not doing any work at all.
Yes. Yeah, take a kid. Take one of your children on one of those. You get to do all the work. Yeah. It's like you're going in reverse. Lisa Bell will check back in with you in a bit. I'm going to be back out at Oviedo tomorrow. We're kind of trading off here as WKMG hits the road all week. Stay tuned as I investigate your concerns about the city's growth. Plus, we're going to take you to the lake known for having one of the highest concentrations of gators in the entire state. Join us live. You're going to go. Emily's going to go swimming in it. News 6. News 6 Plus streaming app for your TV. You can find all of our Hits the Road stories at ClickOrlando.com.
All right, well, one of our viewers is wondering, if you happen to pass by a school bus when it's stopped, does that mean a mandatory court date?
Trooper Steve will answer that question after the break.
News 6 Insider is sponsored by Orange County Library System.
WKMG has been hitting the road, and we've been going from town to town to town. We've been talking to you, exploring your city, and getting results. We're getting to know you in a whole new way.
Finally get to see the people that I see on TV in person.
There's not many news stations that would do that.
Watch us cover stories from Oviedo all week, starting March 31st through April 4th on WKMG.
Wow, that's exciting.
We're following some breaking news for your evening commute here. Wanted to let you know about this right away. This is on I-4 eastbound in Deltona. You can see that vehicle is on fire. There are a lot of smoke right now, some of the thick stuff there. Hard to tell what exactly the vehicle is. We don't have any information on the driver. Hopefully they're okay, but you can see right now all the lanes are blocked. That's the main issue right now. As soon as we learn some more details about this, we'll let you know. Well, the social media platform TikTok is almost out of time to try to find a buyer.
Yeah, as of right now, the ban in the United States is just days away. The clock is ticking. for TikTok. The app's parent company, ByteDance, has a Saturday deadline to sell the app's U.S. operations or be removed from U.S. app stores. President Trump extended the deadline to sell in January and says he's optimistic a deal will get done this weekend. Federal lawmakers have long been concerned TikTok poses a national security risk. The app was taken offline in January after the initial deadline passed with no deal, but it was restored about 14 hours later. A lot of people are going to have eyes on that this weekend.
Yes, they are. How are we going to dance in front of a camera?
How will I learn?
Without TikTok? I don't understand. All right, Julie Broughton, our meteorologist, joining us now to talk about those weather headlines. What's going on, Julie?
Yes, we are tracking a few isolated thunderstorms starting to develop, and those will continue to develop and intensify as we move through the next couple of hours with that sea breeze activity. Once we get those storms out here this evening, we will be tracking some fog once again overnight. I know a lot of you were dealing with that reduced visibility tomorrow morning. Make sure to check in, or yes, this morning, make sure tomorrow morning to check in with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos and Trooper Steve to help you navigate through that. Then we're going to continue to see temperatures warming near 90 every single day into the weekend. But next Monday, we have a big cold front coming through, and that will bring us a nice cool down that I'll show you in your 7-day forecast. Here's a look at the radar for you right now, scanning out, showing most of us are dry. You can see this little green line right here. That is our East Coast sea breeze moving inland, and we're seeing some of those storms developing as well across our northern counties. We'll take you in a little bit closer and show you what we're watching in Volusia County. Now, a little bit earlier, we were watching some activity in Volusia County in association with a smoke plume that from a brush fire in that area, but now we're actually starting to see some showers with that, so we could be seeing some rain mixing with some of that smoke, reducing visibility, but we're starting to see some lightning popping right in the Pearson area. All of this is tracking to the east down toward De Leon Springs and also over near Daytona Beach. I was just looking on the camera, and we're starting to really see the clouds building in that area. We've got some rain down near Port Orange as well as Ponce Inlet, and we'll continue to see some of these storms intensifying. We could be talking about winds gusting to 50 miles per hour, a lot of lightning again today, and maybe even some small hail. Here's what it looks like outside for you right now. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera, where we're starting to see skies get a little bit overcast over downtown. But look at that. We are sitting at 88 degrees, and the normal high this time of year is 81, so we're well above that. Kissimmee, you are at 90, 91 in Titusville, 86 in DeLand and Daytona Beach. You are sitting at 80 degrees. Now, winds are coming in out of the west, and then we have our sea breeze set up, so we are again expecting a sea breeze collision today, generally to the east of I-4. That is where we can see some of those storms intensifying. Here's how it looks as we go hour by hour for you. By the way, this is Roxy Miller, and we're told she's posing as a burrito, so I really like that. 86 degrees at 6 o'clock. We cool into the low 80s through the evening hours, keeping our rain chances at 20 to 30%. Head to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos with us. Here's your clouds and rain forecast. This model did very well with our storms yesterday, so as we move through the afternoon hours, by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, still seeing some more of those showers developing along our East Coast sea breeze, pushing to the east. By 7 o'clock, we could see some of that activity intensifying, lingering into around 8 o'clock or so, and once again clearing by around 9. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen.
Remember, you'll likely wake up to some fog tomorrow morning. Afternoon highs every single day around 90 until we get to Tuesday. Big temperature drop Monday into Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, we won't even get out of the 70s.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Well, after the break, if you're someone with an interest in the supernatural, this is for you, where experts say the most haunted place is in Florida.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
Storm surge. It's the leading cause of death in hurricanes. But not all hurricanes create the same amount of storm surge. Let me explain. How high the water goes breaks down into about 4 different factors. The first is the size and strength of a hurricane. The stronger and larger a storm is, like Hurricane Helene, the higher the storm surge. The second factor is the speed and the angle of a hurricane. A hurricane that makes landfall will bring a lot more storm surge than one that runs parallel to the shore. And it's not just about the storm. The coastline matters too. The way the coast is lined up can make a big difference. A coast that curves inward, like a bay, will see a higher storm surge than ones that curve outward into the ocean. And the last one, it's all about the timing. If a hurricane makes landfall during high tides, automatically the water will be that much higher. So remember, you hide from the wind, but run away from the storm surge.
Maybe April Fool's Day, but we are not joking when we say this place may be the most haunted in Florida, if you believe in that sort of thing.
Well, I believe in ghosts.
Do you?
Full transparency. No
I
pun,
ain't afraid
no
of no
pun
ghosts.
intended. The St. Augustine Lighthouse was recently ranked the 5th most haunted place in the world. Researchers looked at keywords on reviews, included haunted, spooky, and scary, to come up with their list. Built in 1871, it is the oldest lighthouse in the United States.
It's also believed to be home to as many as half a dozen ghosts. They're just all cohabitating in there. To read about each one and why they're said to haunt that lighthouse, check out this article on clickorlando.com. Those haunting articles always get a lot of clicks.
I'd go during the day.
Would you?
Yeah, but not at night.
I don't know. I don't think. It's not real. All right, still to come. The technology one community is looking to invest in to make their streets safer.
And the big change coming in one community that officials say will help local businesses that depend on the ocean. And our WKMG Hits the Road coverage highlighting Oviedo continues right after the break. We'll be right back.
There's no other state with weather like Florida.
Or drivers.
We both live here, we love it here.
Not only am I Floridian and grew up here in Central Florida, but I patrol these streets right here in our area. It's not always about enforcement. It's about making sure you get to where you're going safely.
Personally, my mornings are always just so hectic with the kids, so I like to deliver the weather that's quick, simple, and effective. And as Floridians, we know what we're talking about.
You gotta watch before you go.
Experience amazing at Lexus of Winter Park or LexusofOrlando.com.
Welcome back. We're following several big stories this evening.
Starting with any families or families of victims or survivors who want to see the inside of the Pulse nightclub, which has not been touched since the shooting nearly 9 years ago, will have just one opportunity to see it. It'll likely be sometime in early June to coincide with the annual Pulse Remembrance Ceremony. The city says since the design for the permanent memorial doesn't include the club, it will have to be demolished, but recognize that for some, seeing the inside of the building may help the healing process.
It's Election Day across parts of 4 Central Florida counties. This is a huge story today. Florida's U.S. House District 6 has been vacant after Michael Waltz became President Trump's national security secretary. The 2 main candidates on the ballot to replace Waltz are former State Senator Randy Fine and Joshua Weil. The race has gained national attention because of how close it appears to have become, at least from registrations. A Democrat hasn't held that office since 1989, but Weil has significantly out-fundraised and outspent Fine.
And a new weapons detection system is going into Volusia County schools. The district started a pilot program for Evolve today at Atlantic High School in Port Orange. It's the first district in the state to use the system that uses AI technology to screen for weapons by picking up the density and shape of metal objects. The district says the pilot program at Atlantic will go through the end of the year. If all goes well, they would then try to bring the technology to all high schools. Lisa.
I'm Lisa Bell, live in Oviedo, where WKMG is hitting the road all week. In the last half hour, we showed you our insider guide to Oviedo. And coming up in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you why this community is known as a youth baseball powerhouse in Central Florida. But first, we do want to check in with meteorologist Julie Broughton, who is standing by. Julie, is this the hottest day of the year? Because it certainly feels like it out here in Oviedo.
Lisa, funny you should ask. We just officially hit 90 degrees in Orlando for the first time since October, so you are accurate in feeling the heat out there. Most of us are around 90 degrees right now in Port Canaveral. This is our Launch Credit Union camera. You can see a whole lot of sunshine out there, and notice the trees. It is on the breezy side. The showers are slow to initiate today, but they are getting going, and especially over the next couple of hours, I think more of us will see some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms. 85 degrees right now in Port Canaveral. Again, our reading is still showing 88 degrees, but we have hit 90 in Orlando. It is 90 in Kissimmee and 91 right now if you are in Titusville. Taking a look at the radar now for you, most of us are dry. Here is our East Coast sea breeze. You see that little line in Brevard County coming inland, and we're seeing some showers and some isolated thunderstorms popping in Volusia County. Also, some of these returns are a little bit of a smoke from brush fire, but you can see some lightning right in here on top of Barberville near Pearson over toward Daytona Highbridge Estates, and all of this continuing to track off toward the east. So Ormond by the Sea, you'll see some of this moving into your area in about the next 20 to 30 minutes. Now, coming up in just a few minutes, we'll track our showers for the rest of the evening, and we'll talk about when we will see afternoon highs only in the 70s.
All right, Julie, thank you. Today, Volusia County leaders approved a measure allowing commercial fishermen to park for free at the beaches outside of normal hours. Now, we told you earlier this year fishermen were upset about the new parking rules implemented in January. Normal parking hours are from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., but the new rules required non-residents to pay $20 to park and blocked them from parking in those off hours. But the new measure grants a waiver to any fishermen who live in Volusia County. Well, the city of Ocoee is looking into expanding its use of license plate reader cameras to improve public safety.
Yeah, the city commission will discuss adding 5 new cameras at key intersections, increasing the total from 10 to 15. News 6's Angie Casada has details.
All right, Angie, thank you. Well, baseball season just started, and one Central Florida community has a track record when it comes to developing talent on the diamond.
That's right. Well, News 6 continues to hit the road this evening. We're going to check in with Lisa Bell, who is live there right now. So, Lisa, what are people talking about when they think of baseball and Oviedo?
They're talking about how good the teams are here in Oviedo. I know for parents across Central Florida, they've probably at least visited this community where their kids have. Competing in youth sports, Oviedo is known as being a powerhouse. Last year, Lake Mary captured headlines around the world, our neighbor near here, when they won the Little League World Series. But Oviedo also has a lot of bragging rights. I recently spoke with Alan Green, the dad of Detroit Tigers star Riley Green, who played in Oviedo Babe Ruth and at Haggerty High School, about how this community is contributing to their success as we take a live look at people out here practicing right now at the Oviedo Sports Complex. Now, as we come back here live to the Oviedo Sports Complex, Green also gives a lot of credit to, of course, the support from the community, but all of those volunteer coaches who are here right now at Oviedo Babe Ruth teaching these kids, as well as the coaches at area high schools. He went to Oviedo, his son went to Haggerty, and he says they have some amazing coaches at those high schools who have really helped shape so many of those great athletes that he mentioned in that piece. And I can tell you, I have 2 boys who play for Orlando Babe Ruth. We always get nervous when we have to come out here to Oviedo because we know how good they are. And so it's fun to be out here and to see these families that are out here and the strong sense of community that they are building, all surrounding baseball.
Yeah, and it's really cool for the kids to see, you know, kids that were in their shoes that go all the way through and then they end up getting drafted. I mean, that's huge for them.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
And I can tell you, I know firsthand, so many kids from this community and all across Central Florida head over to Lakeland every year for spring training to see Riley Green with the Detroit Tigers, and he takes the time to meet with those kids, sign autographs, and of course, yeah, to see someone, you know, in the major leagues that grew up right here is really cool.
Yeah, I must say it's more than just baseball too. We play them in lacrosse at my house. That's usually a bloodbath. They're very good. Football, they always have a very good football team. So Lisa,
dominate out there in Oviedo.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Well, it's getting to be that time of year. Baseball season's here, spring's here, but that also means new blooms and some new life coming in soon.
And with that comes the pests. After the break, we're looking at how you can get results for your home and keep the bugs out.
This portion of the news is sponsored by your Central Florida Honda dealers.
The I-4 food tour is live right now for News 6 Insiders.
You ever taste something so good that it makes you mad? There are so many flavors in that. This pork is super tender and spicy.
I'm hitting up our local restaurants, trying out their signature dishes, so maybe you can figure out where to eat this weekend. Come on, photographer, I know you're liking that.
Oh, there's stuff inside.
It's the I-4 food tour. Check it out.
It's getting warmer and flowers are blooming, meaning those critters are coming out and they are creeping into your home. So how do you keep the bugs out?
News 6 handy newsman Eric Von Anken is getting results at home, showing you how to do it yourself, tackle your projects quickly and easily, and keep more money in your pocket.
All right, if you have a project that you'd like Eric to tackle, send us an email at gettingresultsathome and at WKMG.com. And next week, Eric might just show up to your door.
Who knows what kind of getup he'll be in.
I mean, Destiny ran out of that house like it was the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, I guess she is genuinely scared of those bugs. Julie Broughton,
Yeah,
a meteorologist, she suffers from that same thing. Bugs just don't do it for you, huh?
Not really. I mean, I don't think they really do it for anybody. But Eric had some great tips, as he always does. Check out what just happened here. We have hit our first 90-degree day of 2025 a little earlier than average. Typically, we don't see the 90s until about April 8th. And last year, by the way, we hit 90 degrees 142 days. So we are just getting started with the heat for 2025. We're going to stay warm as we head through the next several days. Here's a look at the upper level pattern. And you'll notice as we move through the next day or so, this big ridge, this big bump in the jet stream, so that lets all that warm air from the south continue to ride to the north. And we're going to stay around 90 degrees every single day for the rest of the week, into the weekend, and even early into next week. And then we have a nice change, if you like it on the cooler side, that won't head our way until Tuesday. Here's a look at the water vapor imagery for us, showing us what's going on in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere as far as moisture levels. Notice all this orange all around us. That's where it's been very dry aloft, and we have a little sliver of moisture, and that is helping to fuel some very isolated sea breeze showers. Here's a look at the radar as we go in a little bit closer. The sea breeze has been slower to get going than it was yesterday, still moving inland in Brevard County, but a little bit closer to a front that's been trying to drop to the south. That's where we're seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms. Across our northern counties, some pockets of heavy rain over Favoretta, heading over to the National Gardens. Cody's Corner, you're getting in on some of this, and we've seen quite a bit of lightning in the Barberville area. All of this is moving to the east. Storms are not moving as quickly as they were yesterday, and some of these radar returns you see in Volusia County, some of those are actually smoke plumes, quite a few brush fires in Volusia County. So some of you are seeing reduced visibility and a little bit of haze out there because of some of that smoke. Here's a look at the model imagery as we take you through the rest of the afternoon into the evening hours. So going through the 5 o'clock hour, we'll continue to see some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms from Palm Coast down through Daytona Beach, down toward Cocoa Beach as well. The general flow will be that the showers and storms push out toward the east coast, but through the 6 o'clock hour, I think we'll start to see a few more popping up through the interior, even over in Polk County and then Orlando up toward Sanford, seeing some of those showers developing. By 7 o'clock, some of these could intensify. Yesterday, we saw about 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. We could still see today some isolated strong to severe storms with some heavy rain, gusty winds up to around 50 miles per hour, and a lot of lightning. I think we'll see all of this beginning to clear out between 8 and 9 o'clock, which is similar to what we saw yesterday. Here's what it looks like right now outside in Daytona Beach, is some of that rain and haze in your area. 80 degrees right now. We are talking about winds coming in generally out of the west for the interior, sea breeze along the coast. Your hour-by-hour forecast for you featuring Teddy and Gracie Lewis, keeping isolated showers around through 8 o'clock, clearing out by 9 o'clock. Your pinpoint accurate forecast keeps it mild overnight, 70 in Orlando. Next 7 days, around 90 every day. 40% chance of showers on Monday as a front comes through, cooling us down for Tuesday, with Tuesday a high of 77.
All right, thank you, Julie. Like Julie just said, it's really warming up here in Central Florida, and a popular way to cool off is by visiting our area's water parks.
This summer, you have even more options. Coming up, the big news Disney is sharing about their water parks. That is after the break.
You're watching News 6 at 4:30. Getting results. We'll be right back.
Coming up in the morning, getting some cars off of some busy Seminole County roads.
The latest ideas when it comes to alleviating traffic near the airport in Sanford, and when homeowners will get their next chance to sound off on the proposals.
Plus your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 mornings starting at 5.
We want to update you on that I-4 vehicle that we brought you earlier this hour. I-4 eastbound in Deltona, FHP tells us it was an RV towing a pickup truck that caught on fire. They didn't say anything about the driver or how they're doing. You can see the road is still closed down, though. What a mess, as fire crews are still on the scene. As soon as we learn more details about this one, we'll let you know.
All right, well, we know kids are counting down as every day inches closer to summer vacation, and you'll see even more people heading to the beach, pool, and especially water parks to cool off.
And we have some good news for the Disney fans out there. Both of Disney's water parks will be open at the same time for the first time in 6 years. Right now, Typhoon Lagoon still closed for refurbishment, but we're told it will reopen on May 1st. Blizzard Beach is going to close that day too, but will reopen May 21st through the rest of the summer. Both parks will stay open all summer, giving guests the options for wintry fun and tropical thrills, I'm told. This year also marks 30 years since Blizzard Beach opened. Sadly, I remember when it opened.
Opening day.
I went there when it was very new. News 6 at 5 is up next.
All right, here is what we are working on. A former teacher and a principal face new charges tied to about 100 teens partying at that principal's house. News 6's James Barbero continues his investigation into the event.
Plus, Hits the Road No Veto continues next here on News 6. Lisa Bell plans to shift the conversation to the area's history. That's coming up.
Your pinpoint accurate forecast is just minutes away. Don't forget you can stream all of our newscasts and live cameras like this for free anytime on News 6 Plus.
If you're troubleshooting a rising energy bill, the culprit might be your windows. Watch Getting Results at Home, sponsored by Renewal by Anderson, for more DIY tips.
The new and improved News 6 app is here. We've added new features to make it even better, like a more customizable home screen, picture-in-picture playback, and more content to choose from. Download or update your app today. The new and improved News 6 app, available in your app store.